Yo, I'm Tony. This is Rome. Yep. Welcome to Grimworks Comic Corner.
That's right.
Yeah. We bring you everything comic related. We got some floppies we picked up this week. We are going to try to sell you on the trade back, and then we're going to give you the list for tomorrow's comics. We're going to start with some there were good reads, but not enough to go into like deep detail.
Yeah.
It was just something that we enjoyed reading, but there were better ones out there.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Disney's DuckTales.
That's right. DuckTales #1, written by Joe Caramagna, and has two artists, Luca Assai and Gianfranco Florio.
Dude, I like the new style of art.
Yeah.
Cartoonish. You guys watch anything on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon Channel, it has that same style. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. It's like half anime, half cartoon.
I do like that the kids have more blockheads. Like they're not like super oval like the old school. Yeah. So it differentiates it even with that little thing. It's literally taken off of the story, kind of let you know Scrooge and all that stuff and the crazy hijinks with his nephews.
Yeah, it's DuckTales coming to the age of now and all the shit that kids go through now. Mm-hmm. It's a good read though for all you kids and out there that like the DuckTales stuff.
Oh, this is our honorable mentions, by the way.
Oh yeah.
This is Action Comics 988, written by Dan Jurgens and drawn by Ryan Sook.
So what do you think of this one, real quick?
It's good. It's just not what I want right now. I think this is something that could have happened maybe in the first issue.
Oh yeah, but more Oz stuff.
Yeah, you could have revealed who Oz was in the first issue, but not towards the end, towards the middle. And you could have done this whole comic as like the back half of an issue. But it's still good.
It's a good read, just a piece of a puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it shouldn't stop you because probably next week shit's going to go down and we're probably going to talk about who Oz is.
Yeah, Oz has been on everything.
Yeah, but next up is Generations, Miles Morales Spider-Man and Peter Parker Spider-Man. It's written by Brian Michael Bendis. I didn't get the artist. I believe it's Sarah Pacelli, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Oh man, guys, this is a really good read. It's just another Generations, and it's dealing with with all young superheroes deal with.
Pretty much.
It's like, how do I become a superhero and live everyday life? Mm-hmm. And Miles Morales is going through that, and he gets sent to the time where Parker is going through that too. And then they kind of help each other out, and I'm pretty sure you got the artist real quick.
Yeah, the artist is actually Ramon K. Bettis.
Well, there you go. So. It's a good read. It's them helping each other out. It's how it'd be like, this is how you deal with real life, and this is how you deal with being a mass superhero.
Pretty much. The next one is going to be another Generations. It's a Generations Sam Wilson Captain America and Steve Rogers Captain America, written by Steve Spencer and drawn by Paul Renaud.
This one... it was interesting but weird. Like all the Generations, they kind of give you moments, bam, in and out.
Yeah.
It turns out that the Falcon lived a whole life.
Yeah.
He kind of realized that, okay, we got sent back, and he got sent back just right before World War II started, so he got to join and serve, and he got to be there in the rankings with Captain America.
Yeah, and it rewrites it a little bit, like Captain America is helped out by being a symbol more than anything through Sam Wilson. And
you get to a little bit of everything. You get to how he deals with racism, how he deals knowing that all things are already past in the future, and the things are already going to happen. Still in it, so how do you deal with it?
Yep.
And it has a little bit of heart, him and Captain America going through stuff. And then we got to this monster right here.
Alright, so this is Marvel Legacies #1. It's written by Jason Aaron. It actually has two artists, Esad Ribic and Steve McNiven.
And man, you guys are surprised that this isn't part of the detail stuff? It was, oh man, so much. This is Marvel's fall blockbusters.
I guess, like, they're kind of like saying, like, oh, we're not doing summer events anymore. We're going to do fall events. And DC's kind of following suit. We'll talk about that later, huh?
Yeah. I mean, they were supposed to be blasting out because I know New York Comic Con just passed.
Yeah.
I think it was this last weekend, or is it going to be this weekend?
No, it might be this weekend.
Because I know they were throwing out exclusives and stuff. But, oh man, guys, it's a good read, but it's a lot of stuff. You have a character that's been gone for a while come back. And it's like, okay. And again, I like the way they kind of explained that. How he came back just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, this is... actually, you're right. It's next week in New York Comic Con, October 8th, 5th through the 8th.
Yeah, so...
but okay, Legacy, this seems like something, yes, that we would go into a lot of explanation about. Not this one. Just because it's a lot of setup. Everything is being set up. There's an Avengers team from a million years ago. This is all working towards one thing, bringing back Wolverine, which he is back.
Spoilers.
And bringing back the Fantastic Four. This is basically what this is doing. I mean, this one is so weird because I can spoil this for you, but you still have to read it because there's a lot of moving parts. It's not
a lot of explanation.
Yeah, and I think it's something that you should read, even though we did spoil it for you. There's so much in there that you can pick apart. So and we'd rather you pick up this issue. It is $6, this comic, so it is quite expensive, but it's worth the money. And it actually has a cool
stretch out poster. Yeah, and if you're reading the Generation stuff, everybody that was part of the Generations is part of this.
Yeah, there's a specific reason for that.
Yup.
But next up, we have Nightwing, the New Order #2, written by Kyle Higgins and drawn by Trevor McCarthy.
This one was interesting. It's getting better.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, Nightwing became like the leader of the resistance against superpowers. Mm-hmm. Something happened where the world just got tired of superpowers because they were fighting too much, and it became chaos. Mm-hmm. And they found a way to stop all powers. Yeah. And then they started controlling the new powers that are coming in. Mm-hmm. And this one, I don't know why Alfred's still alive. Because it's in the future. Yeah. But Alfred's still alive, and the stuff that happens to him in this one, it's going to get to you. Yeah. And then you're dealing with his son, and his son has a little twist coming at you too. So it's a good read. It's getting better. I'm going to pick up the next issue just to see how he deals with everything.
We'll see if issue 3 makes it onto the actual deep discussion. But yeah, next up we have Detective Comics 965, written by James Tynion IV, and drawn by Eddie Barrows.
Yeah, this is like, I call it the return of Tim Drake. Yeah. All the Robins that Batman's had has spotlights right now. Jason Todd is part of the Outlaws. Yeah. Damian is dealing with his stuff, and I know he has this comic with the Super Sons. Yes. And plus he's in Batman because it's his son. Yeah. Then you have Nightwing, still getting some spotlight, but everybody's like, "Where's Tim Drake?" Yeah, I know he was put away. I think he was imprisoned.
So the whole thing is that basically when they restarted the DC Rebirth, when what happened was Batman was saying, I need help in Gotham, so I'm putting up this super team. Red Robin was part of it, along with Clayface, Batwoman, some other ones. Red Robin. Yeah, so he's Red Robin. He's not Robin, but it kind of goes back to A Lonely Place of Dying, which is part of the early or late 80s when Jason Todd died, and that's how Tim Drake took over. So it's kind of taking on that. But basically what happened when Rebirth happened is he sacrificed himself so the team can continue, and everybody thinks that he's dead. He's not dead. He's trapped by Oz. It's on the cover. I'm not spoiling anything. Yeah, but there is a twist at the end. This
whole comic, that's what it is. It's Tim Drake having a conversation with Oz and dealing
explaining his origin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because that's something that never really was addressed. But those are our honorable mentions. Now we're going to go into our deep dive reviews.
And the first one,
The Flash #31, written by Joshua Williamson and drawn by two people, Neil Goog and Gus Vasquez.
Like I said, dude, I am loving the art of Dark Flash. The whole black eyes and red, and him dealing. This is the last piece of blood work. Yeah. All right, blood work. So he finally, deals with the villain and stuff. That's half the issue. The other half is him being okay. I think I have to stop being the Flash for a little bit. Yeah. He's like, I'm hurting people. I'm hurting the city. I'm hurting people. And the thing is, he created they were trying to blame him for the creation of blood work. Yeah. And he was just too much. He's like, I don't know how to control my powers. So he goes, all right, I can't be the Flash right now.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, he's like, okay, I can't be the Flash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to own up to it. I almost got fired to begin with last issue. So he's going to try to repair that. He cannot. And the end, there's a bit of a demotion. And there's somebody that's kind of dragged into the mess with him.
He has a change of location of jobs and what makes it interesting. Yeah. I don't want to spoil it because it's going to set up the next comics that's coming up, and it's going to be really interesting. But Yeah, it looks like he's gonna have more liberties in this new job place to run around and be the Flash to learn how to control his powers.
Yeah, and there is basically they're gonna have kind of a role reversal where it seems like Kid Flash has like some sort of ties to the reverse Speed Force, so he's gonna help Barry try to get that going.
What I thought about it is like they're having Kid Flash is going through his own things.
Yes.
He got kicked out of the Teen Titans. He's joined Deathstroke. Doesn't really know where he belongs or who he is and is he good, isn't he, all that, right? And then you have Flash going through the same thing, and I guess Barry doesn't know like what exactly was going with Kid Flash because he offered him his ring. He's like, "You be the Flash."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Dude, I'm dealing with stuff, and I know you should have been there.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of getting over it. I'm gonna help you." I'm gonna help you be a better Flash. We're not giving this shit up.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a little little fish line towards Wally West.
The real Wally West. Wally West.
Not the real Wally West.
It's the real Wally West.
They're both Wally West. It's just the Wally West that we grew up with. So not the new 52 Wally West.
That's the real Wally West.
That's again.
It sounds racist, right? Because it's
really racist.
It's different color of skin and stuff.
Yeah, you're making it sound real racist.
I like the one we grew up because, like I said, he's a kind of jokish, lighthearted Flash.
Then it's just the Flash you grew up with. It's not the real Flash. Don't say the real Wally. That makes it sound real racist. I'm trying to get you.
Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't be like.
So, but yeah, it's a really interesting comic. I want to see where it goes from here because Bloodwork was okay. It's not the best, but this is wrapping it up and it's going into like a really interesting direction that Flash really hasn't dealt with. So I'm interested.
Like they're gonna have a little montage of helping each other out in the next comic, and it makes you pick it up. It's like, I want to see what kind of powers he has when he taps into the negative stuff.
Yeah, I want to see some fucking Rocky type montages where he's trying to wrangle a chicken.
He's climbing stairs really fast. All right.
He's trying to wrangle a chicken without his powers. But next up, we have Hal Jordan, The Green Lantern, number 29, written by Robert Venditti and drawn by Rafa Sandoval.
Dude, this was on the top of my pick of the week. It is action-packed. It is heartfelt. It is ending the arc of the God stuff. It is introducing a character that I hope would come back that I don't really know much about, but he seems like a badass.
If you want, you have to read the New 52, which I do have that volume where they're talking about that particular person, and you can read about him there. But he's not coming back for a while.
I was like, okay, and then you have the Lanterns finally getting together to defeat something they couldn't defeat. I was like, damn, it has a little bit of everything. Yeah,
and then they're already teasing what the next issue is going to be.
Which I don't understand. I don't understand how you go from this to that. But hey, what do I know about comics, right?
Exactly. What do you know?
I would be like, I don't know how they're going to go from Darkseid high-fathering the gods to just them brawling with some new dude.
Well, he's not a new dude. It's another hero.
I know it's another hero, but it has nothing to do with the gods or anything like that.
I mean, but that's how Green Lantern is, because Green Lantern is super like this kind of like super space opera, and then it goes down to like this is like the base heroes. This is Earth, and that's what it does. Like that. That's why I like Green Lantern so much. Is that it like ebbs and flows so much. It's like, oh, we got to do with cosmic shit. All right, now we got to deal stuff at home. Now we got to do cosmic shit. Home, maybe another home thing, and then back to and just kind of it fluctuates like that.
The thing is, I don't even know where the Lanterns stand, like in the continuum of the fucking DC where they're at and stuff.
I mean,
because this one had a little bit of it has metal, like little just little pins of metal.
It has one thing about metal, and I've already accepted that they're not going to be.
But the thing is, when we were picking these comics up, you had the Jack Kirby stuff that was dealing with Darkseid and the gods and stuff. So it felt like the Green Lantern stuff fit into the stuff that you were buying from DC. Yeah. And I'm guessing since DC's like, all right, Jack Kirby had his moment, the gods had their moment, let's just jump. And if you're reading DC comics, you're like, oh, okay, I guess. But it's good. Like I said, heartfelt, action, team, everything you want in a comic is good.
Yeah. And like I said, Green Lantern always going to fluctuate. It's going to be outer space, Earth, outer space, Earth.
Plus, they do kind of just close on the little arc.
Yeah, the arc is closed, and now it's on to something else, which should be fun.
It's a good comic. And another one that was close to being a top pick was
not for me. Venom verse number 4, written by Cullen Bunn and drawn by Ivan Coelho.
You didn't like this?
No.
At all? I liked it. I mean, again, it's Venom. It's Venom, and I am loving this whole.
I know why you like that. Okay. I hate it. Like, to be honest with you,
it has a lot of Deadpool guys.
I fucking hate it. It's really dumb. Like, it's just, I'm just struggling to care about this comic at all. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, well, you don't care about the characters. They're not your cup of tea.
Yeah, but the thing is, last week we reviewed Venom, and I was all on Venom. Like, Venom was great. Venomverse is trash. Like, it's just...
I like it, though.
But then again, you say the same thing about Metal, so I get it.
The thing is, Metal is changing my mind. Because the more I read, the tie-ins to me are better than the actual story.
I disagree, but go ahead.
We'll get to the why that later on. Venomverse, I like it. It's my type of comics. Action packed, has everybody in Venom suits, and they're like, okay, you're still being themselves. And the main point is not Flash, Eddie.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Then Deadpool comes back. He's like, I found a way to kind of, hold back the poison. Just enough to give you enough information to continue, but not enough to not betray you.
That's the thing. Is like, it's so stupid. Like, I'm so crazy, nothing's going to affect me. And it's just bullshit. Like,
but that's always been Deadpool. I know you hate Deadpool. Yeah. That's one of the things I like about Deadpool.
I fucking hate it. It's such...
Didn't even Xavier have problems trying to get through his head because of all the voices and everything?
Yeah.
So this is what the poisons are. They're just trying to shut up the voices so you can keep control of the body. And they're like, we can't. So he's still Deadpool. I liked it. Plus, it's action-packed. There's more symbiotes fighting more poisons. And then you still have the whole, can they break Doctor Strange to get more symbiotes to come? Meanwhile, you have Carnage running around, fucking killing all these poisons, and he's like, can I not? Then Deadpool kind of gets the better of everything, and just leads to the last issue of the last piece of the arc that I'm interested in. I'm waiting for it. But that's me. I like this. This is Tony comic right here from beginning to start. A little bit of words, a lot of action, and then you have everybody slicing and dicing.
Trash.
I'm not gonna commit to it. It has not it doesn't have a lot of what am I looking for?
Nothing means anything because you don't know any of these characters. That's my problem with this whole goddamn comic book.
Oh, that you don't know that everybody from the universes and stuff?
There's nothing. I don't know this Deadpool. I don't know this Wolverine. I don't know how they okay, you had 5 issues.
They're just generic.
Yeah, they're just generic they're just generic characters with we got the symbiote. Ooh, yeah, we're tough. That's it. It's nothing. To me, it's just there's no stakes in it. Like the reason why, Metal, the DC Metal, has so much stakes is because it's the universe that we all know, and something's fucking invading. Now it's gonna have the same outcome. The good guys are gonna win. It's just what's gonna happen along that. Here,
they took out Venom and put him in a different.
Exactly. All you care about is Venom, and honestly, not a lot of people care about Venom. I think there's certain people that are like, okay, I really suck if Venom died right here. Like if this was his, he
goodbye.
Died. Yeah. Exactly. It sucked. But there's no other stakes to any of these characters. They're just characters that everybody likes. Give them a symbiote and see what happens.
Exactly. This is a shut your brain, enjoy the art, enjoy the fight.
But the thing is, I have to care about these comics somehow, and they're just not doing it.
See, that's why I like the Thanos comics, but it wasn't enough to cover it. But there was the Thanos comic that he's fighting his son, and then death is just fight. I liked it, but the comic had at least 5 words, and that was coming from his daughter trying to escape from him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it was page on page of just art of them bashing each other, destroying the world.
And that's the thing is I understand that, Like, that was okay.
This is the same style,
but I know those characters. I know Gamora. I know Thanos. I know the blue bitch. I don't remember her name. I know his son. So, like, that's the thing is, like, I know these characters. There's weight here because Thanos...
It's not generic.
Exactly.
They're not just making
this is just like, let's just transport Venom to a whole other fucking universe and see what happens. And I don't like that. That doesn't do anything.
I like it because I could shut my brain down and enjoy the characters I like.
Yeah.
Killing each other.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
We enjoy comics for two different reasons. That's
I like it to get...
This is why we have this show.
I like it because it's stress relieving. Don't have to think about anything. You're just like, oh shit, they gave Deadpool Venom? Mm-hmm. That's fucking badass. Yeah. I wonder who wins. Does Venom beat Deadpool Venom? No? Yeah? Okay, let's go fight. What happens if Wolverines get the Venom? Can he beat anybody else? I guess not. So,
but that's the thing is, like, none of them can beat the fucking poisons. Like, they just get their ass kicked. That's all what happens. Then you have all right, spoilers. He's on the fucking cover. Carnage comes out and he saves all their asses. So, like, even
Carnage is always
even the fucking these Universal Venoms are so shitty that they can't defend themselves. This is a pointless comic. That's what I'm trying to say. There's like there's fine pointless comics, but this is not a good pointless comic. That's the thing.
I beg to differ. I think it's very good. It's entertaining as fuck.
If you agree with me, go ahead. Prune, I know you've been fucking viewing this thing. Go ahead and see if you agree with me or you agree with his ass.
I doubt Prune will touch anything with Deadpool.
Yes.
Because nobody really touches anything. Nobody touches anything with Deadpool or Venom.
Sucks, I don't tell you.
Yeah, I like him. I find it very entertaining.
Everybody likes his movies just because he's funny, and that's it. Anyways,
all right, guys.
For normal
that was a little rant of why I like crappy comics. I guess
you sure do.
We're gonna get to the pick of the week.
Yeah. First up is my pick of the week. It's Dark Knight's Batman: The Murder Machine #1, written by Frank Tyree and James Tynion IV, and drawn by Ricardo Frederici. This is, again, more explaining who these characters that were introduced in the second issue of Metal. This is Batman the Murder Machine. This is basically Batman. I want to put in quotations because I don't want to reveal too much about it. But this Batman is basically the cyborg of the group. He's found a way. I don't want to spoil anything because I really do want you to read this. The origin is tied in very closely with Alfred. Alfred has a big role to play, of course, with every Batman, no matter where it is, but this is such a huge part. The thing is, it really shines a light on Cyborg and how important he actually is to the DC Universe, because one of the things is, everybody says it, why is Cyborg in the Justice League? Like, okay, he's just a tech guy, basically.
Why did he get upgraded from the Teen Titans thing? Why isn't he as good? Why is not Mr. Terrific the same thing?
Exactly. So it's just
Mr. Terrific, right? That's to do with the T?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the whole thing, is just like, why is this... why is he important? And this comic shows you how important he is, what he can actually turn into, and how he's actually going to impact our universe. So that's why I really like this comic book. It's very... deep, again, my sort of comic book, but there is enough action in there to keep, the action heads there. It's just, there's a lot of story in there, and it's just really good. I think you should just read it.
Dude, this was a what the fuck moments all across. The art alone, that fucking dark art they're going with, DC's going, is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I don't really care about Cyborg.
Yeah.
I get it. They had to put someone that's heavy into the tech stuff and shit up there. I get it. But the fucking origin story, the Batman's... You see, this is why I'm liking these tie-ins more than I like the actual Metal. Because it's dealing with Batman in a way that I want to see him.
Yeah.
Because forever, I've been telling people that Batman is a crappy character. I don't like him. He's just an emo crybaby that had enough money to get himself training.
The Joker's no better.
Right? Joker is great. Oh, we're not gonna go in there because I could. All right. But like I've always said that, like, all right, why is Batman always the one human that has no powers beating these gods that are the Justice League? I want to see him break, and each time like this is him breaking, and I love it. I love this. The Metal stuff, I get it, whatever. The Metal stuff is decent. It's decent to read, But these are giving me Batman the way I want to see him broken. They want him to cross the line. Mm-hmm. They want him to be like, okay, guess what? I'm not good enough. Mm-hmm. I need whatever piece of member of the Justice League he's still going to take over. Mm-hmm. And the way he defeats him, mm-hmm. I was like, damn, because he make him gruesome. Yeah. And those, what the fuck? Oh, guys, Alfred, I never thought he was going to be like, show him that way. And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
There's some gruesome fucking scenes in there. You got kids reading this shit, you know. You might want to, give it a little go through before you give it to your kids.
Yeah.
It's that like, oh shit, I can't believe they did this in the comic. Mm-hmm. Something that's like a big event. Mm-hmm. Great stuff. Yeah. Cyborg, bag fodder. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
But they're giving me...
He don't get it because he likes Venomverse.
But they're giving me Batman the way I want to see him broken.
No.
Crossing lines.
Yeah.
Finding out that...
It's very
finding
different.
out that he isn't, the greatness that everybody fucking wants him mm-hmm. to be. And I was like, okay, this I could get behind. Mm-hmm. Because we all know that in Metal, fucking Batman's going to find a way and be like, okay.
Of course. Batman always finds a way.
I hope that by he's finding a way, they break him. They break him to be like, maybe,
You just want 2 Jokers. Just say it.
I want like 10 Jokers.
Oh, God, so shitty.
And I'm guessing the dude pulling the strings is the Joker.
The one that
has no eyes.
It's the Batman who laughs. Is what it is.
Yeah, I know that's his name, but I hope they give me a comic with him, mm-hmm. and it's like a Joker, and he kind of.
Oh, he's going to have one.
Fucking blames the Joker because the next one they tie it in, it's gonna be the Green Lantern.
Yes, sir. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah. So this one, fucking dark. It's mm-hmm. full of action. The fucking shit you go like, damn, they came in, they did that. Mm-hmm. You fucking take a pause, and be like, ooh. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's good. It's good. It's good. I like these tie-ins more than I like Metal stuff. But
I like them all.
Unless you got something else to say, moving on.
Just buy it. And Murder Machine should say it all. But next up, we have Tony's Pick of the Week. It is The Punisher number 16, written by Becky Cloonan and drawn by Matt Horak. And
before I get super detailed into this, guys, the show's coming up. You can watch that Punisher. Punisher's always been a good character, all right? But he's more of a street dude. Mm-hmm. He's more of a give me crime, give me little fucking gangsters, mobsters, whatever, low level stuff.
Yeah.
The reason I picked this, A, because it's action packed. Mm-hmm. B, they're giving him a villain mm-hmm. that's not human.
Well, I mean, he's human. There's just something that's gone wrong with him.
He's super powered now.
Yeah.
I think I'm like a very, very low...
Like Cyborg.
I think I'm like a very low generic, like, Destro, Captain America, who's he's fighting. Which I hate the fucking name. I hate the name Face.
Yeah.
But if you guys read Spawn, mm-hmm. the dude that wears the skull makeup in Spawn, that soldier, it's almost like that.
Yeah.
Did you read
I never really was into Spawn, but he kind of has like a face like Crossbones. If you know Marvel, he's more like Crossbones.
And it turns out that Punisher is like, he knows him.
Yeah.
It's one of his old homies mm-hmm. that, he couldn't save because you can't save everybody.
Exactly.
So he comes back, he's super powered, he's lost his mind, mm-hmm. and he looks like he's going to play a game with Punisher.
Yeah.
And I like that situation. How does someone like Frank Castle deal with people that have powers?
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, it's just really cool. To be honest with you, this is probably like some of the better comics for Punisher that I've read because a lot of them are garbage. I have read a lot of Punisher comics, and you can say whatever you want. A lot of them are garbage. But these in particular have been good. Becky Cloonan, never thought she was gonna be a very good writer. She's actually writing the story very good because she's been an artist pretty much the majority of her career. The thing I like is basically like everything else. Like the downfall of every villain is theatrics, and basically towards the end, all he wants is a fight with Punisher on fucking Broadway. That's all he wants.
Yup.
Like it's funny.
Times Square, duke 'em up, showdown.
Exactly. That's funny to me. Like just put Frank in these like uncomfortable situations where he's like, okay, I gotta kill him, but there's just these weird things in play. That's fine. Like that's maybe developing a character and him being more affectionate. Or at least more compassionate towards like veterans. How that's like a big deal for him. Yep. There's even a part in this comic, kind of throwaway, where a guy is saying a guy in a car and he's looking for this guy. It backfires. You know, the car, the big bah. So he's looking. He's all, what the fuck? This guy is like, sorry man, I gotta put my kids through college, so this is like the shitty car I had to take. And Punisher basically says like, hey, I know a guy on this street, he'll hook you up, just tell him Frank sent you. Yo. And he's like, thanks guy. And it's just like, oh, he actually has more compassion, which is something that
Punisher's always had that. He looks out for veterans or anybody that served, even down to the police.
No, because every time I've seen him, he really, honestly, every other comic book that I've read for Punisher besides these, he's always just been like, I don't give a fuck. Like, everything. Like, collateral damage is just collateral damage. I'm sorry. If somebody gets killed.
With soldiers, he doesn't mess with. That's the reason he doesn't fight Captain America.
Well, that's when they started it. But even so, even with, like, Rick Remender's run, there was really none of that. He had more compassion towards, like, families, of course, because his family was killed, things like that. That's understandable. But just, like, regular, like, veterans, things like that, wasn't really introduced all that much, even after Civil War. But
because when he started, remember, Frank Castle was a cop.
Yeah, and then
with a soldier background. Now he's a soldier.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, you have to have that whole brotherhood and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fleshing out Punisher more, which is something I like because, to be honest with you, he was just a one-note character, and that doesn't really.
How dare you?
He was a one-note character.
How dare you?
For a very long time, he was a gun for hire.
You're just shitting on all my comics.
If you didn't like shitty,
I was just saying, Punisher's always a good character.
If you didn't like shitty anti-heroes, it wouldn't be a problem.
There's a reason Punisher and Deadpool are so popular and have been spread around everywhere because they're just that good. But yeah, I'll give you a little bit.
Because a lot of people like watching movies and TV. That's fine. But you like what you like.
Man, even like the War Journal stuff and the night stuff is really good.
It doesn't matter. Like, you like what you like. Like, the thing is, like, I can't get behind Deadpool because I literally read fucking 30 issues of Deadpool and it went nowhere. It was a terrible comic. The thing is, with Punisher, they're building up his character. They don't take the time to do that with Deadpool. He's just like, I'm crazy. Oh my god.
That's how people like him. You just like that loose cannon.
That's fucking Deadpool, and that's
I don't know.
fine.
Grant Morrison wrote Deadpool really good.
Grant Morrison didn't write Deadpool.
They didn't have him in his X-Men?
No, that was X-Force, and that was Rick Remender. That was the Uncanny X-Force.
I thought it was in the Grant Morrison where he introduced. Am I thinking Phantom X? I think it was Deadpool.
No. You're thinking Phantom X because they have a pretty similar costume. Except Phantom X is in white.
I can't remember. That was like X-Men, like 80 something. I think that's when Deadpool was like, I'm gonna join X-Men for a little bit.
He's always been in X-Force. His X-Force is the Black Ops team.
I think it is. Remember when they wrote Deadpool a lot more quieter.
Exactly.
Full of action.
They made him more an assassin.
Yeah.
That would make like jokes like Spider-Man.
But that was before the flood of everybody likes Deadpool.
Exactly.
Because once the flood came in, once the movie came out, and once the
chimichangas,
he became like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
He became like, oh, he's so popular. Mm-hmm. Let's just whore him out.
Yeah.
And just give people what they want.
Yeah.
And it's like the silliness and nothing could have me and stuff.
And the thing is, people like what they like because
there was some Deadpool stuff like when he found out that his bodies make a clone. I like that. And he finds out that he wants to die, so he falls in love with death. I like that too. I mean, it's a hit and miss because a lot of people want to give you Deadpool and Punisher like the people want.
Yeah,
they just want it quick, bloody, or like the Punisher has always been like that. Give him a soldier that's willing to go the extra mile to do what it has to be done for the streets without getting any credit. Because he's always been as one of the bad guys. Deadpool's another thing.
Yeah,
is that give the people what they want so they can keep giving us our money.
Yeah,
but there is times when writers get a hold of these characters and they write them really good. This is one of them. I am interested in seeing the next issue to see how he deals with a friend, be a superpowered person. Because like when Frank Castle died, he was dealing with like maybe D-tier like supervillains.
Yeah, like the Hood and things like that.
And then if you guys don't know, fucking Wolverine's kid just obliterates him because he had no chance against that.
Yeah,
he did put up a fight. It was great, but guys, pick it up. It's setting up for something for the next issue that's going to be really good. And you see Punisher, yes, caring a little bit more, having that whole alright, we're brother of arms. We should be brothers no matter what.
Yeah.
When we look out for each other when no one else is looking out for each other.
Again, making him a 3D character, not so one-dimensional.
That's good. It's good.
So, yeah, I actually liked it. But now we're gonna go on to our. Basically, for this month, we're gonna do for Spooktober.
Oh, Spooktober! Yeah.
We're gonna do some creepy comic books and.
I want a creepy, darker, Halloweenish style.
Yeah, and this has really nothing to do with Halloween, but the artwork is just super like. Because
there is
creepy as fuck.
There is a Batman trade bag for the Halloween. Isn't it the long Halloween?
Yeah, the long Halloween is another good one. Yeah.
But
this is Batman Arkham Asylum, a serious house on Serious Earth. A serious house on Serious Earth. It's written by Grant Morrison, and the interior is done by Dave McKean. Now, if you don't know Dave McKean, he's actually done all the covers for the original Neil Gaiman Sandman. He pretty much did all those covers, but he never did interior work. He did interior work for this one.
He has that art style where everything blends.
Yeah, and it's a painting art style. He has a painting background, so it's not just hand drawn. It's actually painted. The thing about it is that he makes
Grant Morrison.
Yeah,
Grant Morrison is writing.
And the whole thing about it is basically Batman has to go to Arkham Asylum because the supervillains have taken over, start killing guards, things like that.
The usual.
Exactly.
But they do give you a little bit of the history of Arkham.
Yeah, they give you the history of Arkham and the Dr. Arkham that actually made the actual asylum. The thing is, like, it goes into there's some creepy stuff in here, like
there's some dark shit in here too.
Oh yeah, Joker basically like sharpens his nails in a pencil sharpener, and he makes them super sharp, and he's been like prodding people's eyes out and shit. The only one that's kind of like ineffectual in that whole thing is one of my favorite characters, Two-Face, and that's because like they're trying to wean him off the coin. So he goes from a coin to like a deck of cards, and like he's still trying to make choices with a deck of cards, and it's so sad because like he's like, I can't even go to the bathroom. Like I can't even choose to make up how to go to the bathroom because I have these fucking tarot cards and I don't know what to do. But there's scary shit like Scarecrow being fucking weird, dragging his pitchfork, making sparks. But there's so many different things that happen in here. Now, Grant Morrison,
the art alone is going to make you okay. I can see it. I can see the darkness. I can see the spookiness. I can see like, oh man, if this was a movie, would it doesn't even matter if it's Batman and his rogue of villains. It's just like the style of way they tell the story. It's a thriller. It's a slasher movie style.
It's a psychological.
Yeah, and it's the history of Arkham. If you guys want to know, like, why is Arkham created and why do they treat the villains the way they get treated, you're gonna find out on this one.
Yeah, there's a creepy scene with a dollhouse. It's just super fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just. The whole thing is, like, Grant Morrison has said that this is not a true story. He says this is basically what Batman dreams. Like,
this is how Batman's head is?
Yeah, like, he dreams, like, being, ineffectual in Arkham and, like, basically going crazy just like everybody else. Like, just losing it.
That's why you gotta cross the line, Batman.
Yeah.
If you kill the villains, they can't kill no one no more. Because they ain't no way we're gonna bring back, like, Mr. Freeze and... like Bane, nah, let them be dead.
He just doesn't get
it. The only one that's gonna come back for you, big boy, is Joker. Because Joker's always gonna be the ultimate villain.
He just doesn't get it.
I do get it. I just like
get it. Every week, I hope he changes. He doesn't change. But
I just get it. I just like, damn fool. Just you see these. Well, that's me. I like the mercenaries. I like. All right, cross the line. If you see these people hurting other people and you want to make a change, kill them.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Anyways, another interesting story that I can share about this is Grant Morrison at this time was sober. He did not do any drugs. Grant Morrison's admitted to doing a lot of psychedelics, things like that. But at this time when he was writing it, he was completely sober. The way that he would do this is through sleep deprivation. He wouldn't sleep for days on end, and all he'd be doing is drinking coffee and just sleeping minimally and spans of like 48 hours, 72 hours sometimes of no sleep. And if you've ever done that, you know how fucked up your mind gets.
You don't even know what the hell you're writing at that point.
Exactly. So he wrote this whole story like that because he wanted to get into the mindset of
the whole psyche,
like how a crazy person would work. Of course, that can't be replicated, but it's pretty damn close, to be honest with you, and it's a really just creepy.
Which is
story.
funny because if you guys know Grant Morrison, you know that he's a weird writer and a weird person.
Yeah.
Anybody that interviews him or spends time with him is like, man, he crazy.
He always freaks him out a little bit. Yep. But
that's gonna be the Dre bag, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know, you could always follow us on all social medias. We do have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's all Grant Works. Search it and we come out. And of course, you could always join the conversation on YouTube or any comments. You could just drop off comment. Just make sure you say comics and tell us what you guys are reading, what you guys are picking up, what's a good October trade batch to review. Mm-hmm. And of course, you could always send an email to
citypod88@gmail.com, and in the comments or the title, just put comics.
Yep. And you know, subscribe, follow. You guys, we have podcasts on iTunes and SoundCloud. You could subscribe there, you know, rate us and stuff, so we can keep going, bring you stuff, you know, you kind of like.
Yeah.
But we do have a comment.
Yeah, it's from our Gav Prune. We mentioned them earlier before. He says, read Vagabond or Blame, which I know are mangas. And I'm not, I'm not.
You know, manga and comics are almost the same thing, dude.
Yeah, they are, but I don't have as much interest in manga, just because there's not a lot that I really like. I'm really picky with it. But anything that you suggest, Prum, I'll at least take a look at.
You know that Stan Lee and I think DC did take their characters and make them manga form for a little bit. So,
there's
I know there's anime, like there's X-Men anime and Batman anime, which is the same style, but just Japanese.
Marvel had a whole line of books called the Mangaverse, and Batman had Batmanga or something like that. Yeah. So it's out there that they cross the streams, but
no worry, Prune, we're trying to get you some manga.
But when it comes
manga
to
show,
yeah, we'll see. But I have no problem reading it, so.
We'll guys, you may make sure to, you know, drop a comment, follow us, like us, you know, rate us, tell us we suck. We don't care. We'll take it. Yeah. Even though it hurts our feelings.
It doesn't hurt mine. I don't really care.
But that's gonna be, you know, the comics we bring. We're gonna get you the list for tomorrow. Roman.
Alright, so floppies like we always do coming out tomorrow. Marvel, it is all new Guardians of the Galaxy number 11, Astonishing X-Men number 4, Avengers 672, which apparently they started doing legacy numbers again. This is called Worlds Collide. It comes out of Generations and the legacy stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be a sort of a tie-in. Black Bolt number 6, Hawkeye number 11, Iceman number 6, Iron Fist 73, Jessica Jones number 13, Journey, Star Wars, Last Jedi, Captain Phasma number 3, Old Man Logan number 29, Punisher Platoon number 1, which looks like it's another one. Garth Ennis, so I'm down. Royals number 9, Spider-Man number 21, Spider-Man Deadpool number 22, Spirit of Vengeance number 1. Ooh, that's gonna be bad. Star Wars number 37, Star Wars Darth Vader number 6, Totally Awesome Hulk number 20, Venom 155, Venomverse number 5, X-Men Gold number 13, and there's also some second printings in there that we won't get into. But that's Marvel. When it comes to DC, it's All-Star Batman number 14, Bane Quest number 6, Batman number 32, Batman the Dawnbreaker number 1.
That's the one we're waiting for.
Yeah. And Batman White Knight number 1, Cyborg number 17.
Wait, White Knight? What's that?
Batman White Knight. It's a world where Batman has gone too far. The Joker must save Gotham City.
What? The Joker's a good guy? I am so in. I want that so bad now. No, I'm gonna go and reserve that this week so I can make sure not to miss it. I'm sorry. Continue with the list. I'm excited now.
Cyborg number 17, Dastardly and Mutterly number 2, Deathstroke number 29, Green Arrow number 32, Green Lantern number 32, Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica number 1, which I'm kind of interested just for the Betty and Veronica. Harley Quinn number 29. Yeah, fuck that. Harley Quinn number 29, Justice 2 number 11, Justice League number 30, Nightwing number 30, Savage Things number 8, and Superman 32.
Justice League number 30, that's the one we're reading?
Yes, sir.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Legacy Part 5. So, yeah.
Alright, we'll see where it goes with that. Alright, guys, we're going to bring you the indies. And the indies has a big list because everybody's coming out with comics. So what we do is, what he does, because he's more in tune with what people like, because, you know, I like stuff.
Apparently
like
I'm not, because I don't like Deadpool.
But what we do is we cut down a big list and we try to bring you the stuff that either people are reading or what sounds interesting coming up. Roman, give me your list.
Alright, Centipede number 3. The reason I put that on there is because Max Bemis is a singer for Say Anything, one of my favorite bands, and it's a weird looking comic based on the actual video game. So, Elephant Man number 79. The reason I put that on there is because this is the penultimate issue for the series. The writer is going to end it at 80, and it's right on the heels of the 10th anniversary. So that seems pretty cool. Eugenics number 1, Green Hornet 66 meets the Spirit number 4, Judge Dredd Blessed Earth number 6, Manifest Destiny number 31, Moonstruck number 3, Paper Girls number 16, Postal 23, Quake Champions 2, Ringside 12, Rocket Girl number 10, Shadow and Batman number 1. You might be wondering why I put that on there. It's because the other one was Batman and the Shadow. That one was produced by DC. This is Shadow and Batman.
So it's Batman coming into the Shadows world.
Yeah, and this is produced by Dynamite. Tick number 1, Walking Dead 172, War for Planet of the Apes number 4, and Warframe number 1. That's another one that's based on a video game that's free to play. It's really weird.
Alright, so that's gonna be your list for tomorrow's comics. Guys, you know what? If you guys picking up some indies that you'd be like, man, dude, you guys should really read because they're good. Because, like I said, indies is a big list. Can't really pick up everything because, you know, we're poor. Tell us what's good, because Marvel and DC are usually, you know which ones are going to be good and which are not, just by coming in. But indies are a different story, and I usually try to pick up a couple indies, give them a shot. Sometimes it bites me in the ass. Sometimes they're like, oh man, this was really good. So you guys, have some good indies, throw them our way. Help us out. And you could always help us out by visiting faygrips.store. That is our sponsor. It's for video game thumb pads and controller covers. Because, you got to stylize your controller and you got to stop yourself from having sweaty hands so you can get your game on all day.
Right. I'm about to finish up the Destiny 2 raid and my hands are going to get sweaty.
So I'm playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and, can't spin, can't turn that butter.
Yeah, you can't turn that butter
with sweaty fingers.
Yep.
But again, it's fadegrips.store. Code is going to be
Grimworks. That's capital GRIMMWORKS, and that's for 20% off of your orders.
Damn, 20%, guys. That's a lot. Plus, we're helping you, and then you can help us.
Yep.
For each sale, lets us know that you guys are actually listening and you're involved with what we're trying to do. But that is going to be today's Comic Corner, and like always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Later, dude.